Hello everyone, Monty here. Today we're going to learn how to make chicken parmesan zucchini logs. So I saw a parmesan zucchini logs on the internet, and I changed the recipe a little bit and made it last week. I always get my inspiration usually for something I see online. I don't really go through cookbooks too much. I do go through magazines sometimes, and I see recipes online all the time, and I say, how can I make that really healthy and all natural ingredients? And then I do that. I made these last week. When I had some zucchini, I was worried that it was going to go bad, and I made it without meat. I just made Parmesan zucchini logs with no meat. It was delicious. So now I'm going to make chicken Parmesan zucchini logs because I have a leftover chicken burger, which I know is 170 calories because I know that 4 ounces of the ground chicken, Purdue ground chicken that I used to make these burgers were 170 each. So I love using leftovers. So we're going to use this, and we're going to break this up into little pieces and put it into the zucchini logs. And we're going to use some Parmesan cheese, some sea salt, and some garlic powder. Just very few ingredients, and the Muir Glen organic tomato sauce that I love. That's like 3 ingredients, just like tomatoes, sea salt. I think that's about it, 2 ingredients. And all organic, delicious. So the first thing we're going to want to do is take our zucchini, I already washed them, and we're just going to cut the tips off both sides. It's really simple to make, and it's really delicious. So now we're going to do the other one. Just cut the tips off. This is going to be so good. If you have kids, I bet your kids would really love this, right? And so then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut the zucchini in half the long way, make the logs. And then I saw somebody, they used a melon baller to take the insides out because you want to take all the seeds out. And this works pretty well. So once you get it started and you can take the inside of this out, you can see how easy this really is. And then just kind of take the seeds out, and you could rake it more. I want to stay on camera when I do this. So you just start using it like a melon baller to take the seeds out. It's like the perfect, this one's like the perfect size for this. And then what I do is go down to the end, get that end part out. Okay, so you see how it looks now? And then just rake it to be even. Get all the rest, and it works so easy. And look how beautiful that cleaned it all out, okay? So I'm gonna turn the camera off. I'm gonna do this to all 4 pieces, and then I'm gonna show you how we prep the rest of it. Okay guys, so I hollowed out all 4 of the zucchini, and we're ready to start making our zucchini chicken parmesan. I also broke up with my fingers, you could chop it up too, the chicken burger to put inside. And I also lined a baking roasting pan with some tin foil. I know some people say shouldn't cook with tin foil, but I don't like to make a mess, and I'm gonna use the tin foil. So everything will kill you nowadays, right? So what I'm gonna do now is take the zucchini, put it down here. Oh, probably I wanna spray this with just a quick spray of extra virgin olive oil. I knew I forgot something, right? Just get a couple of quick sprays is 0 calories, by the way, of extra virgin olive oil. And then what we're gonna do before we put it on the pan, we're gonna start loading it here. So I'm gonna get a spoon. Not prepared again today. I always think I have everything laid out and then I forget something. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're first gonna take some chicken, and we're gonna load all of these and make sure that we put all the ground chicken in the bottom of each of these zucchini sticks. So I have my little ground chicken and I love these little glass jars that I bought at my local Publix market. This is gonna be so good. We're gonna start loading it. Now you can use any meat. I'm using chicken, you can use turkey, you can ground beef. Of course, ground beef will probably be more calories. Turkey and chicken are about the same, for about 2 ounces. For a quarter pound, 4 ounces, it's gonna be about 170 calories. I'm gonna use some of the chicken from the others because I'm running out of chicken here. Maybe I'm putting a little bit too much in. This looks good. This one's got more. This one's got a little bit more. Just try to make it evenly among all of them. All right, okay, there we go. So now it looks fairly even. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, I have already measured out 1/4 cup of the Muir Glen organic tomato sauce, which is all natural ingredient. I think it's just like sea salt, tomatoes, and that's it, like two ingredients. So I'm gonna take my spoon and I'm just gonna start ladling it on top. Start with 2 tablespoons each, 2 teaspoons or whatever. These are, we know we already measured it out. A half a cup of the Muir Glen is 50 calories. I believe the 2 zucchini are around 67 calories. I use my Lose It app that I use to track all my calories for my meals to calculate. You can also put recipes in there and make a recipe so you have it saved for next time. And so on the chicken burger is 170. We're gonna use 2 tablespoons of ground Parmesan cheese, which will be about 41 calories, which will make all of this 328 calories, which is a pretty low lunch. Or maybe you can do an appetizer for dinner, split it with someone that you're having over, and it could be, you know, half of that, like 62 calories, which would be nothing for a little appetizer. And another way you could eat it. Or you can do it without the chicken. I did it the other night without the chicken. It would be like 100 and something calories. I mean, it'll be like really low without the chicken, which will be nice to add as a side dish to a meal. And so we're just gonna use all of this tomato sauce, and this looks so beautiful. Now also you can use, I'm using Parmesan cheese, you can use mozzarella, you can use any kind of cheese, and then when we put it under the broiler for the last couple of minutes, you wanna watch it. And some people like it really burned, some people don't. So I like my cheese burnt. I don't know, I'm kind of crazy that way. Some people just want it melted, so you wanna watch it. So what we're gonna do is the oven's been preheating to 400 degrees. There's my little timer telling me that the oven's already heated. So I'm gonna put it in for 15 minutes at 400 degrees, and then we're gonna throw it onto the broiler for 3 minutes. That'll probably burn the top of it a little bit. If you want it less, maybe just a minute or 2 minutes under the broiler. So right now we've got our tomato sauce. Now we're just gonna put the cheese on. Now I have, we're gonna put 2 tablespoons of cheese, but we have, I have these little half teaspoons, which is great because there'd be 4 half teaspoons equal 2 tablespoons. That means that we would get 1 half teaspoon in each one of these logs. So we know exactly how much to put on. And you're gonna see that's gonna be more than enough for this. It's a perfect amount. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It's very important when you're counting calories to measure everything, weigh and measure. I'm always weighing my food. I'm always using tablespoons or teaspoons. And a lot of the time it's great. Like when I started measuring I used to just start eyeing the tomato sauce when I would make my spaghetti squash. Sometimes it was really watery. And then I started measuring really carefully the tomato sauce, a half a cup, when I would make my spaghetti squash and tomato sauce, and it was like the perfect amount, and it wasn't watery anymore. So not only does it help you track the calories, it also can help perfect your cooking, right? So here we go. We've got, I probably should put my seasoning before I put the cheese on, but that's okay, we'll do it afterwards. Next time, definitely would like to put it on top of the tomato sauce. Okay, this is like the perfect amount of cheese for each one. So there we go, just sprinkle it on top. This is so unique, so beautiful, and so easy to make, right? Just a couple minutes to prep. People think cooking takes so much time, and it really doesn't, right? So we're gonna put a little bit of sea salt. I like the Himalayan pink sea salt. I buy it at my local Publix. Most local grocers have it. I'm gonna put some garlic. I love garlic on everything. Put some garlic on here. Okay. And then if you want it a little spicy, you can put some crushed red pepper. I love spicy, but be careful with the crushed red pepper. You don't want to put too much in. So I'm just gonna Okay, and now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the oven for at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. I'm gonna use my Alexa to go ahead and set that timer. And then we're going to, after 15 minutes when the timer goes off, we're then gonna take it and we're going to throw it under the broiler. Start with 1 minute and watch it. And the most you'd want to do is 3 minutes. If you like it burned, probably closer to 3 minutes. If you just want it melted, just about 2 minutes. So I will put it in for 15 minutes, then put it onto the broiler, then take it out and show you what it looks like and how to plate it. Okay guys, it just came out of the oven and it looks beautiful. So if you put it onto the broiler, I suggest for 3 minutes usually is perfect to cook it perfect. You'll see the cheese starts to bubble. It gets a little bit brown. That's like 8 to 12 inches away from the broiler. If you get put too close to the broiler, it's gonna burn. This looks absolutely perfect and delicious. I'm gonna put it on a plate and I'm going to take a picture and I'll post a picture of it. So once again, we have about 328 calories for all 4 of these pieces, which is gonna be a nice lunch of the zucchini chicken parmesan. We start out with as a refresher, a leftover, fully cooked, a lean chicken burger, which was 170 degrees. Then we had 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, which was 21 calories. We had 2 zucchini, medium size. That says it was 67. We're probably counting too much because we took the seeds out. We took half the zucchini out, but let's still count it as 67. And then a half cup of the Muir Glen organic tomato sauce. Put it in the oven for 15 minutes at 400 degrees, and then throw it onto the broiler about 8 to 10 inches away from the broiler at 3 minutes, perfect amount of time. And voila, it's all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make zucchini chicken parmesan.